If you don't choose rest, rest will eventually choose you. But usually it won't be on your terms. So what's the answer? It's intentional rest, not accidental downtime, not mindless scrolling or binge watching until 3 a.m., but purposeful, restorative pauses woven into the fabric of your life. Feeling overwhelmed, burnt out, or just stuck? Imagine a simple, yet profound shift that could unlock your spiritual growth, enhance your personal resilience, and help you navigate life's toughest moments with grace. This isn't about productivity hacks. It's about a fundamental reevaluation of how you recharge, allowing you to thrive in ways you never thought possible. Let's break it down. 1. Rest is not laziness. First, we have to kill the myth that rest is weakness. Rest is actually resistance. In a world screaming, do more, be more, prove more, choosing to rest is an act of courage. Rest says, I am more than my productivity. My worth is not in what I produce, but in who I am. Even God himself modeled this. In Genesis, after creating the world, he rested. Not because he was tired, but because he wanted to set a rhythm for us. Rest is divine design. 2. Rest renews your mind and body. Science backs this up. Studies show chronic overwork leads to higher risks of heart disease, depression, and weakened immune systems. Creativity plummets when we're exhausted. Memory declines. But intentional rest, whether that's a Sabbath day, a digital detox, a walk in nature, or simply practicing stillness, restores our clarity. It lowers stress hormones. It sharpens focus. Think of it like sharpening an axe. If you keep swinging without stopping, the blade dulls. But a few moments of sharpening make every swing more effective.